Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and major activity happening this week. I want to share it with you and tell you what's up. The Brubaker Box is one of the major projects that we're going to take on this week. The plan for this week is to paint the body. So we're going to do the body repair, prep, paint, and then clear coat and that sort of thing. And hopefully we've got a shiny Brubaker box by the end of the week. Ben has been working on the aluminum wheels for it. We've got new tires for it as well. So those will go on. Now there's still a ton more to do to it, but this is going to be a great jump start. Once this thing is shiny and looking cool, well then I'm really going to be jonesing hard to finish this thing off, make it a runner and driver, and then attack the swanky interior plans that I've got for it as well. So I've hired a friend to come out and help me with some of this stuff. I've done a fair bit of paint myself, but I'm not really good with metallics and metal flake and that sort of thing. And my buddy Andrew is, so he's come down to join me for the week and see if we can make some major progress. So we're going to go on down to the paint store, going to pick out colors for the Brubaker, and we're also going to get colors for a Meyers Manx dune buggy that I'm working on. Now, it's not this one, but this is an original gel coat Meyers Manx from the 60s, and we're going to use a piece of this car to match up to try to get the original color, get it right for the Meyers Manx that I'm working on. And the one I'm working on is one that I've done some videos about before. It's a very early Meyers Manx. It was something that was picked up in December of 1966, and it's got a fantastic history behind it. And the plan is to restore that car back to its original formation, and its original formation was this color here. So we're going to order up the paint and flake and that sort of thing to do that buggy body and get it right. And we'll make it look just like this one, hopefully, or very close to it, if not a little bit nicer. So in any case, that's what we're up to, and it's going to be kind of a week-long process, and I hope to share a bit of it with you each day. So off we go. I've got to pull the Brubaker out so that we can get some access to it, so the guys can start sanding on it and prepping it for paint. I've created a spot on the side of the lab where the dirty work can happen, so that it doesn't fill the lab up full of sanding dust and then overspray and that sort of thing. So that's next. I got to drag the Brubaker out here, get it out in the sun, and then we'll make some action on it. Now there is some fiberglass repair that needs to be done. I've got this little piece right here. This is something that goes down here on the bottom of the bumper, or on the splash panel here. So we're gonna have to fiberglass that piece back in place. I think that might require the removal of the rear bumper so we can get to the back side of that. And then obviously looking down the sides, while a lot of this has been primed, there's a lot of areas where there's screw holes, there's paint flaking, there's chips and scratches and dings and cracks and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to take a fair bit of prep to get this thing ready to the point of doing a proper coat of paint on it. And so that's where bringing in the experts is going to make that significantly easier. I could spend the rest of my life trying to massage this thing and get it right, and then still not be happy with the finish. But thanks to Andrew's help and his uncle, I think we're going to knock this thing out. And in the end, it will turn out far better than it would if I had done it. The trusty Kubota tow rig, dragging it out of the lab, out here in the sun, well, or at least the haze. Looks like a couple of little boo-boos. There's a little crack right here that's going to need a little repair. That rear bumper, of course, but being fiberglass, you know, it's pretty straight, or as straight as fiberglass can be. There's the area around the door and stuff. There's some cracks and things there. They're going to need some attention. We will see how Andrew handles all of this. It's my first time working with him. However, he came highly recommended from a friend that's had him do several things and is super pleased with it. And I've got to say already, I like the guy significantly. He's great, good attitude, and we'll see what his craftsmanship provides. So waiting for him to arrive, we'll start sanding on this thing and prepping it for paint. Super fun. What a cool rig. Love this thing. So, a trip down to Temecula Valley Paint, my local paint shop, to see what sort of treasures they've got there, check out their metal flake, and so on and so forth. See what we can find that will match up with the dune buggy, and also to pick a color for the Brubaker box. So, looking at flake, I brought a sample there. That blue disc is a piece of original fiberglass in 15E blue color, and it looks like this Pacific blue is almost a dead nuts match, and so that's going to be our choice for that. Fantastic. Ordered up the blue and everything to go with it, and now we're on to picking colors for the Brubaker box. Now, there was a green that was on the car, but it was really faded and really dark and really funky. So I started looking at different ones. I loved this sort of gold. The bright greens are fun. But the more I looked, the more confused I got. And then Andrew, the painter, was looking through one of the books, and he landed here on this green, which has the best name ever, Jungle Fever. Absolutely love the name, love the color, and so boom, that's it. Now back to the lab, and the sanding can start. So Andrew and his partner got quick on the body, sanding down any of the rough spots, getting it prepped in all the deep corners and everything there. Again, fortunately, the body on the car is really pretty decent. Definitely some rough spots here and there, chips and scratches that need to be dealt with, but these guys are going to handle it and seem well versed in working with fiberglass as well. So we've got the rear bumper off, have the broken piece kind of set in place. They're going to lay some fiberglass over that so they can do the repair and really get that sorted out. So in any case, just kind of going after everything. It's interesting to see all the different layers of paint underneath here. It looks like there was kind of a bronze color at some point. It looks like maybe two different bronzes plus the primer, and who knows what else is underneath. One of the cool things, though, that we came across after removing a piece of trim was a bright, clean sample of the original green. And when we took that trim off and we saw it, we both looked at each other like, holy crap, that's Jungle Fever. Sure enough, absolute match. Could not have planned that any better, and it certainly wasn't planned. I had no idea that that was indeed the original color. I knew it was a green, but not exactly that green. Anyway, here he's working on getting the broken pieces lined up. This is kind of a fragile, funky little bit, but it's going to be interesting to see if we can get this on there with a little layer of fiberglass over the pieces that will fit together fine. We'll let that cure for the night, and it should be good for the morning. Fantastic day, definite great progress on the Brubaker. We got the paint color picked out for the dune buggy. We got the paint color picked out for the Brubaker box. Totally blew me away that the color we picked actually ended up matching that original finish almost exactly. It was that, I don't know, I guess it was meant to be. So anyway, the guys did a great job. We've got the body all pretty much prepped and stuff. Going to go back, do some little spot repairs and things, but everything's sanded down, ready to roll. Progress has been made on the bumper repair, the broken vent piece or piece that is down here on the bottom. That's now glassed in a couple of spots. I'm going to let that come back, dry a little bit, and then go back in there and try to improve it. In any case, definite great progress on what's going on. Very excited about that. And the guys are going to be back 8 o'clock in the morning, do further prep on this. possibly even get some paint on this, or at least some primer, and get it close to paint. And we should be getting the metal flake for the dune buggy arriving tomorrow as well. So hopefully we can get that sprayed as well. So anyway, great action on both of these projects. It's going to be really fun to see how this week progresses. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.